for my eyeliner, I always use a wing liner, and I always use the NYC liquid liner with the regular brush tip, and this is the shade Noir, I believe. Yes, black, number 887. It has the little brush tip. It's just what works for me. When I first started doing makeup, I started with a liquid liner, and it was always what was easiest for me. And I know how to use gel. I know how to use liquid. I know how to use an angled brush. For a while, my favorite thing was black track with a MAC 266 brush, and that just became too much work for me. Now a simple liquid liner is what I use for everything. This liner is great because it's dark, it's matte, it's easy to use, it's just perfect for me. So I'm going to show you how I get my cat eyeliner, my perfect cat liner. So the first thing I'm going to do, my eyes are already prepped. All I did was put some concealer under my brows just to make them look nice and clean, and then I used some setting powder just to set any concealer or highlighter or anything that was on my lids, you know, foundation, things like that. So just a little bit of powder just to give us a nice creamy soft base. I didn't use a primer, so I don't feel like I need it, so I'm just going to go on to my eyeliner. So I'm going to put a mirror. I have a mirror in front of me, but I'm going to put a smaller mirror in front of my face. So first thing I like to do is get the mirror really close to my face, and I like to look straight ahead. I'm going to start with the line right across my lid, and I'm never too particular about whether or not it's thinner in the front or whatever. I usually just do a line that's the same thickness all across. So to me that's fine because I have big eyes. If you have smaller eyes, you might want to do it thinner and then make it thicker. To do that, I would recommend doing your wing first so you can get that thickness, and then do the liner in the front. I tend to do the liner first like this on this eye, and then on this side I do my wing first. That's just because I'm a righty, so for me it's easier to start the wing on this side and in this position. So I guess it really depends on what groove you get into. So now I'm going to dip the brush back in. When I pull it out, I'm going to clean off the sides just a little bit, just so that the brush is really thin. And then I'm going to just make my first stroke and get that tail. And then I'm going to go, and you can see now you have to fill that in. So if it's easier for you to close, you can do that. And then start from like the middle section and drag it downwards. Now I'm just going to fill that so I can see what it's looking like. Now this is a really nice classic kind of liner where it's the thinnest up here and then the thickest down here. Now to give it that more like feline look, you definitely want to make the bottom piece thicker. So go from that very outer portion of your waterline and then flick upwards. That's what's going to give you that cat look. And then also bring it in the inner corner all the way down with whatever's left, so that it reaches that point right down there. And that's going to give you that cat eye effect. And then I'm going to take a little more product, and I'm not going to dip it all the way in. I'm just going to dip it right on the top, and you'll get more product on your brush right from the top. Make it thin again. And now we're going to work on the tail. So I'm going to start from the center, and I'm going to start thickening the tail. And don't worry if it's not perfect. You can see now it's starting to get very feline because it's longer. And like I said, don't worry if it's not perfect, because I'm going to show you how we can clean it up. So now for this side, like I said, I usually start with my wing first. So I'm going to just, like I said, I'm going to that right in between the top and bottom, that space there. That's where I'm starting. And then I'm just going to flick my brush upwards. And because I'm a righty, this side tends to get messy sometimes. So it's perfect that I'm going to show you how to clean it up. So for this one, you can see I just went to the top and I just dragged it down. And now I'm just making the liner on the lid. This one tends to be harder for me, and I kind of rush through it. And I have my eye closed, and I'm just going to take whatever's left, make that point. So it looks very feline. And then I'm looking back and forth. I see, okay, it needs to be thicker right here. So I'm just going to make it thicker right there. I'm not adding any product, so we don't want to make a mess. There we go. Now I need to look back and forth, and I can see, okay, right here it needs to be thicker. So I'm going to take more product, and I'm going to go from the center with my eye closed and thicken it up. Small strokes at a time. And I like that. So now I'm going to let it set for a few seconds. Make sure everything is nice and dry. And I like to kind of fan it, because then you can feel the wetness of the liner and how it starts to be less and less wet. You can start to feel it drying on you. You can feel the tightness of your skin. So you want to make sure you can feel that. Now I know this side is dry, so I'm going to go in with a flat synthetic brush. And this is just a nice flat brush that you can use. You can use an angled brush if it's easier for you, but I find that this flat brush is the easiest. So then I'm going into a concealer palette. This is the Camouflage palette from Coastal Scents. And I'm going to take the kind of color that would match my foundation. And I'm going to take a little bit of the darker color, because I like to use something a little darker just so it looks very much natural and matches your foundation. Because if it's too light, you're going to have this white line under your wing liner. It's not going to look clean. It's just going to look, it's going to look ridiculous, honestly. So I just go in, kind of mix it up on the top as like a palette. Get the brush nice and flat, but it's coated with product. And then I'm just going to go right into the edge of the liner and just use that concealer to clean it up. It gives you that perfect clean line. I'm going to go to the other side. Do the same thing. I think I went too short on this side, so I'm going to have to go back with my liquid liner. You can see how it got messy there, but just clean your brush off and then use that to kind of almost erase the product that's there. And then go in with a little blending brush and just blend away as much as you can that extra concealer. That way it doesn't cake up. And be gentle too, because this is a very gentle eye area. Now you can see I cut this one off too short, so you might have to go back with your eyeliner. And now we just want to make it even to that side. And that's why I like the NYC liner, because the brush is so thin that I can make that little tail and make it even to this side, and it doesn't look crazy. Like, I'm able to do that. So just gonna make sure that the wing, or actually like the little cat tail, is matching. And then to really make it look feline, really coat your lashes. Make sure that you go in with some lashes that accentuate the wing. So anything that flares out towards the ends, that's going to accentuate the wing and give you that really perfect cat eyeliner shape. So after you apply your lashes, you're going to, like I said, put black in your waterline, and then go in with a black eyeshadow and a little shader brush, and you're just going to put some black eyeshadow in your on your lower waterline. I just used one of my NARS palettes and just took the black from there and just line that under your waterline and then buff it out. So then for my lips, I did cherry with some Ruby Woo. And then to get that hot pink or hot red look, I went over it with Candy Yum Yum. Originally, I did Relentlessly Red, but I grabbed Ruby Woo and I just threw that on because I couldn't find my Relentlessly Red. So in the pictures, I did Relentlessly Red with Candy Yum Yum on top, but you could do Ruby Woo. It gives it like a cool like fuchsia look. So that's the lip. And then for my cheeks, I used the Peaches and Cream powder blush from MAC, from the Osborne collection. So I'm just going to use some of that. And then I used MAC's Stereo Rose on top as like a highlighting kind of blush. And then for fun, I went in with this really shimmery pink highlighter from Victoria's Secret. And this really is like super pretty and pinky. So I just did that. And then, I know it's a lot, but I layer my products, and I wasn't planning on doing a tutorial for this, but this is what I did use, so just so you know. And then I used the Urban Decay Naked Illuminated Luminous powder in the color Luminous. And I used the same brush, and I packed that to the very high points of the cheeks. And this look is like really, you know, this is not meant for, you know, every day. This is like ridiculous going out makeup. So I pack it on, and then I use like a fluffy brush to just blend away the excess glitteriness of the powder. And then I'm going to go and spray. And then I blotted my lips to finish the look. So this is the final look, guys. The main thing was really just the eyeliner and the Bows lip. So like I said before, Relentlessly Red with Candy Yum Yum, or Ruby Woo with Candy Yum Yum, and then just some good liquid liner. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you get the perfect cat eyeliner. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to stay glam and follow me on Instagram at Gabriella Glamour. Love you.